The Vanessa Behan Crisis Nursery is really designed to be a support to any family with children who may be overwhelmed or struggling in their parenting or just don't have reliable, safe care for their children and want a safe place for their children to be while they deal with something else that life has brought upon them.
When we got the call for Porter to take him into our home, they stressed that he had been kicked out of 3 foster homes in the last 2 months.
And he didn't connect with men on any level.
He was not allowed to drink anything that did not have thicken in it. The liquid would go into his lungs. He started out with physical therapy, feeding therapy, and speech therapy, parenting therapy with his biological mother and siblings, home visits, and behavioral therapy. So quite intensive schedule for a 1-year-old.
I think Mike and Jessica are amazing parents. They had a calling to take on another child. And I don't think that they anticipated that 1 extra child would actually mean 2 extra children.
And when we got Colette, she was born premature. She was a 25-week-old baby, 1 pound, 12 ounces. And she had been born with heart murmurs. She had chronic lung disease. Her food would go into her lungs also, so she couldn't drink a bottle or anything safely. And then she also has mobility issues, so her digestion was not working. And so when we would feed her, she would throw up 3 times a day.
They did something that most people in our community wouldn't do. And I think that that's something that needs to be supported and commended, that they have taken on such a challenge. But that also means that it causes stress.
I had invited my teenagers to go on a hike with me, and my youngest teenager told me, "Why, Mom? All of your time is spent on the little ones. I don't get your attention anymore." Something had to change.
Having Vanessa Behan and the services that they provide has allowed us to keep our sanity and actually have that time once in a while to devote towards each other.
I think about some of the stories Mike and Jessica have shared with me, and one of them about being asked not to come back to a play group. And as a mother myself, I think, how hard would that be to have your friends tell you that they don't want you to come back because your child is too much work? And it breaks my heart that they've had to deal with this when they are taking on kids who really need a lot of extra help. They need people to wrap their arms around them. They need that support system and to be turned away.
It has been wonderful for our family. My teenagers love the time that they get to spend with us. If we never found Vanessa's, we would be in this constant state of lacking. I think I have better relationships with my older children. I have better relationships with my husband, and I have better relationships with Porter and Colette.
We are really fortunate to have this kind of a service that meets the needs of our families. And I'm just grateful that the community has really rallied behind us and allowed us to continue to grow and care for more kids. The reality is we've got a long way to go and there's more work to be done, but I'm confident that this community recognizes that we're in this together and that the resource is necessary and needed. And I think most people would agree that Spokane would be a much different place, and that really we are a better community for having a place like the Vanessa Behan Crisis Nursery.